So by the end of this video, you would be able to access any API, whether it be Claude, whether it be Google Gemini, whether it be OpenAI's GPT-5 mini, whichever AI model you want to use for a particular n8n project, for a particular make project, you will be able to do it for completely free. And I'm going to spill the sauce on how you can get up to $200 free AI API credits. It's just a steal, because usually I've personally used a lot of AI APIs. I use OpenAI, I've used Gemini, I've used X, I've used Perplexity, I've used all these APIs, and they have a minimum limit of $5. You need to deposit $5 into the developer console of the particular AI company, and they'll give you an API key which you can use. So it's a minimum, I'd say 490 rupees, considering we are at 92 rupees per US dollar exchange rate. So yeah, I mean, it's pretty expensive. The world is getting expensive and inflation's rising. So how to get access to AI APIs for completely free? Again, that's what the topic of the video is. It's going to be a very short one, but anyone who wants to access APIs for completely free and don't want to tackle rate limits, don't want to tackle all the unnecessary bullshit, and want to actually use the paid model to its full capacity, don't worry. Today I'm going to show you that. Also, you must be thinking, why am I wearing these black goggles? And I just like that. That's why I'm wearing it. So yeah, let's do it. So how to access AI APIs for free? Well, it's straightforward. It's very simple. And to do this, you'll obviously need a few things. You will need a credit card or a debit card. So obviously it needs to have international transactions on, but you would need, either a credit card or debit card. So I'm just going to write it. So I'm going to require a credit card or debit card. This is a minimum requirement, and obviously international transactions on. Transactions on. You can do this by visiting your bank, a particular bank that you are associated with. You can just visit the bank and tell them, hey, turn on international transaction on my debit card, and they'll do it. Obviously you'll either need a MasterCard or a Visa, because RuPay cards don't actually have international transactions. In my experience and in my opinion, I've used almost all the cards, so I know it. Once this is done, we are ready to move on to the next step. The next step is open a new tab and search for Microsoft Azure. Now my dad, he's in IT, and he was telling me a lot about Microsoft Azure, and they'll give you free compute. I thought it was a scam, but no, it's not. They actually give you $200 worth of free API AI credits to use. Like, what you would need to do is click on Get Started with Azure and build in cloud with an AI Azure account. And then, as you can see, Azure Free Account gives you $200 worth of free credits, AI credits and API credits, which you can use on various models. Obviously the flagship models, for example GPT 5.2, or all the flagship models in general, they are not allowed by the $200 free tier. You would need to turn into a pay-as-you-go customer to get access to the flagship models. The reason being that for the non-flagship models, Azure provides it directly to you, which means that Azure buys the model from the company and then it provides it to you. But with the flagship models, the companies do not sell it to Azure, and you have to buy from the providers directly, which is why that's the reason why you might not be able to use Claude 4.5 Sonnet Thinking, which is the latest model, but you can obviously use Claude Sonnet 4 or something similar. So that's what we're looking at. Let's quickly go on try Azure for free. Obviously, I already have an account, so I don't need to do it. But in a scenario where you may or may not have an account, I'll tell you how to go through it. Right now, I'll show you my Azure account real quick. Let's go to Microsoft Azure. This is my available credits and my available tokens. As you can see, it's 17,844. Obviously, I'm pretty sure that a few of these tokens must have been used, but they have not been updated as such. So I'm pretty sure I must have used a few $100 worth of tokens, but yeah, that is not reflected right now. Let's actually just quickly go and sign out, use another account. Maybe I'll create one account just because I can. I'll create an account. Obviously, you can just create an account, whatever. I'm going to name it as So once you load up, again, right here, put in your card information, put in your phone number, and they'll redirect you to the dashboard which you just saw, in which you saw my. So as you could see, we have just signed back into our Microsoft Azure platform. Now to get an API key and to actually use the APIs which we get in the $200 subscription or $200 free credits, first we'll go and open n8n in a new tab. So actually open n8n. And let's open a new workflow. So as you can see, this is a brand new workflow. Let's name it as Azure Trial Credits Tutorial. Perfect. So this is our workspace. Now what we'll do next is go to Home and search for Foundry. Recent services. You need to search for Microsoft Foundry. Once you find it, you'll get the following UI. But you can just click here, click on create. So once you go in here, just subscription should be Azure subscription 1, which is your default. Resource group, you can either create one like this is, you can create a new resource group. I'm going to create a new resource group and name it as Azure Test. Right now we are Yeah, so right now we are doing this to kind of show you guys how to set up a Foundry resource, Microsoft Foundry resource. So yeah, just go click on create resource. Subscription should be Azure subscription 1. Resource group should be Azure test. Name should be Azure test 1. Again, region should be East USA. That's what I prefer. We don't actually have an Indian server as such. Okay, wait, this is invalid. Let's name it as Shreyas Raj testing. Let's see. Provide something. Please use a different name. Yeah, I'm using this one. Now click on next once this is done. Have a real significance here. Again, I'm just running it through the whole platform before we go on. Click on next again. Inbound access to all networks. Identity type is system assigned. Click on next. Data encryption is whatever they offer. Tags, there's no need. And now they're going to review your Microsoft Foundry details. Obviously, I don't know why they have this in place, but it's actually very time taking and troublesome. Once this is done, you can move on and click on create. Until this is going on, I'll search for Microsoft Foundry. So it's Azure AI Foundry or AI.Azure. This is where you'll cook. This is where you'll get the API keys, and this is where you'll do everything. Okay. So we got the resources towards the left. This is a resource name, this is a type, and this is a region. Okay. So obviously right now, again, if you're in here, you would not see any of these resources. And when you create a Foundry resource, I'm creating a new Foundry resource just for our testing purposes. So the name of the resource is Shreyas Raj testing. Okay. So it's deploying the resource right now. While the resource is being deployed, because obviously it's going to be eventually deployed in a few seconds, let's actually click on create new. You can click on Microsoft Foundry resource. I click on next. You can name this. But advanced options, as you could see, so subscription region, you can choose what it's obviously US East 2. And yeah, resource group, you can obviously select one of the resource group which is already there. So I'm going to select on Azure test. Once all of this is done, click on create. And it's setting up the Microsoft Foundry for me. It's going to take a while, a weensy while. So yeah, this is where we are. And we are into the resource, the Microsoft Foundry resource. Now the next thing we have to do is go under model catalogs, as you could see. And yeah, we've got all these announcements and all the top models. Obviously, there are a few here. Right now, we need to select a model which is obviously provided by Microsoft AI Foundry and Azure, and not by the provider itself. I'll show you how to find that. For example, if I click on GPT 5.2 chat, click here. As you can see, it's direct from Azure, which is good. Which means we can kind of use this. We can kind of use this model. We'll see the pricing obviously because I don't want to destroy my bank balance, considering I've linked my card. So obviously there's also another, so this is goddamn expensive. GPT 5.2 is expensive. Standard global, so it's $14. So again, obviously I'm not going to run with this because $14 multiplied by in like a few requests and I'll be out of my free credits. And once the free credits are over, it's gonna move on to your card and it's gonna start directing your card. So don't do it. Again, it says direct from Azure, which is good. So we can use this model. I'll show you where we cannot use the model. Let's go for Claude Opus 4.5. Very expensive. And it is not directly from Azure. It is using Claude. So you cannot obviously use this model for your AI purposes. So obviously we won't be using this. Again, even though if I deploy this model, it won't work. So I can click on use this model, click on deploy. It's going to say subscription into a pay-as-you-go subscription because you're out of cash. Why we are out of cash? Because Azure is not going to pay for this. We are going to pay for this. So that's why let's select any model which is with Azure. So it's DeepSeek V3.2. It's also direct from Azure, and let's see the pricing details. Right now we can obviously deploy any model, but I'm looking at the model which is good in pricing as well as in other options. So East V2. Okay, let's use GPT 5.2 chat. Let me just destroy my bank balance. Click on use this model and it's loading the options obviously. So capacity is 50,000 tokens per minute, which is pretty decent. Click on deploy. It's going to deploy the model real quick. How likely are you to, let's say it's like 1, it's very tough to navigate, being honest to you. No, it's not it's very tough to navigate, period. This is our resource. This is our deployed GPT 5.2 model. Let's actually click on REST because we'll be using REST API for this. And yeah, run a basic code sample. This is explore more samples. This is run a multi-turn conversation. This is call a chat completion AI to pass chat history. Okay, so we got all of this. Again, you can I'm gonna pick up this particular multi-turn conversation curl and go to n8n. Once I'm in n8n, press tab, search for HTTP request, and click on import curl. Just click on import. Once the import is done, you will see something like this. Now, I'll tell you a very funny thing about this. This would not work. This is the official curl. This is the official documentation by Microsoft, by the way, and this will not work. I'll show you how that works. Okay. Quickly. Also, I'm also gonna delete this when it's done. I'm gonna delete the whole endpoint and the whole deployment so that you guys can't use my API key. But yeah, paste my API key. Scroll down. Okay, this is all set up, by the way. Okay. Assistant content. I'd say I'm just gonna type in that I am new to Paris. Okay, and this assistant would give us options or would give us outputs like a usual model. I'm just gonna keep it like this. So it's gonna be role user and the role would be system. This would be the system prompt. Let's give a system prompt. And then I'm just gonna remove all of this. Role is user, I'm new to Paris, and system prompt would be you are a Paris tour guide helping people navigate Paris. Okay, now let's execute this step. Ideally this should work, right? Ideally this should work, but it's not working. And FYI, I just picked it directly from their official page. This is, oops, where is it? Yeah, I picked it from the official page and it isn't working. I'll tell you the reason why it isn't working. Okay, so in AI we got two models. Okay, we got the thinking models, which actually use some brain, which actually use a lot of brain power, and they're like non-thinking models or very small brain models. They give you instant answer. They give you like instant answer, and then these they think, they take time. So they can take like upwards of I don't know, like they can take upwards of 2 minutes to give you an answer. So GPT 5.2 is a thinking model, and GPT 4.0 mini, 4.1, 4.1 nano, they're all thinking. They're not thinking models. They're instant answer models. Okay, which is why they have a different input parameter. Okay, to give you guys a better explanation, like they just have different input parameter. So I'm pretty sure that Microsoft messed or fucked this up. And instead of this documentation is wrong, I'll tell you how to fix this, how to make this AI or make this particular JSON request actually run. First of all, we change the messages to input, and let's execute it again. And then we'll see another error, which would say that unknown parameter is max completion tokens. So again, max completion tokens is not what you use when you are using a thinking model. You use a different type of parameter. Again, it kind of means the same, but you use a different kind of parameter called as max output tokens. I copy the max output tokens parameter right here. Click on copy, paste it here, and click on execute step. And I'm pretty sure I'll get the answer. I'll get the good answer. So it's taking a while. And boom, welcome to Paris. I'm happy to help you settle in. There's a few essentials. Getting around the metro is a fast and reliable. A Navigo easy car is great for visitors. Walking is often the best way to explore central neighborhoods. Bus are scenic and easy once you get used to them. Must-see areas. Again, this API actually worked. This API call actually worked out. Again, this is how you can use individual models. Again, a quick note, max completion tokens and messages or message. So instead of input, this is going to be message. And instead of max completion tokens, it's going to be instead of max output tokens, it's going to be max completion tokens in case you're using any 4 based GPT model like 4.1 or 4.0 or 4.0 mini, whatever. If you're using higher models, they're all usually thinking based models, and thinking based models have a different JSON format, which you need to adhere to. Simple. Now, once this is done, I'll show you how to use this alongside an AI agent. Let's quickly grab. So click on the plus icon here, search for AI agent. Let's click on define below. And the chat model, you can select for OpenAI Azure Chat Model, and you need to do all the configurations here. Now I'll show you how to configure this. Go back to the Microsoft Foundry, click on model catalog. Another thing to note is that the models which use thinking are not compatible with the AI agent inside n8n. Again, some major flaw and some major bug, which even I realized 2 hours ago when I was working with it. So under model catalog, you'll search for, let's just say, a different model. So let's go back. And let's search for capabilities. Let's search for a small model, not like a very big model. Let's look for, first of all, we need to look for direct. We have to use for direct from Azure, and then we'll look for a smaller model. Okay, let's use GPT 4 mini. It's my favorite model. It's been my favorite model. Okay, and let's use this model. Click on use this model. It's deploying right now. So again, the deployment type is global standard. Click on deploy, and then I'll show you how to use this in the AI agent. So once this is deployed, let's actually go under language and click on REST. We'll be using REST here. Let's go under, once you have done the configurations in the Google Foundry, go to n8n and click on Azure OpenAI Chat Model. Now click on create credentials, click on create new credentials, and under this, make sure it is selected to API key. Then go to Microsoft Foundry, grab the key, paste the key, and then grab the resource name. So the resource name, again, deployment name or the resource name is or you know what? Yeah, we can get the resource name here. So deployments is GPT. This is the deployment GPT 4.0 mini. Copy this real quick. Add this as resource name, and then the version is 25.3. So this should be the version. Copy the version as well, because we don't want a version mismatch. And finally, the endpoint has to be this post URL. So I'm just going to copy this URL, copy, paste it here, click on save, and boom, it's saved. Now under model deployment name, go back. This is the model deployment name, so we're going to stick to it, which is GPT-40-mini. Perfect, done. Now let's actually give this a dry run. So I'll say, greet me like a good boy. And that's about it. And that's actually, just for sake of it, I'm just gonna hook this up here. Click on save, execute flow. What happened? Execute workflow. Click on save. As you can see, hello sir, hello, it's great to see you. How can I assist you today? Greet me like a good boy. So this is how you can use the AI agent with this is how you can use your Azure OpenAI Chat Model with AI agents in n8n. And this is how you do all of that for completely free, for absolutely no freaking cost. I hope this was a valuable one, because I know a lot of you guys are distressed that you don't have $5, you don't have a credit card or whatever, and you cannot buy the tokens directly from the providers. That's how you kind of work with free APIs. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next one.